Hi everybody, I'm Zander Ng, and you may remember me as the inaugural winner of Masterchef Singapore. Food has always been a passion of mine, and in collaboration with Food&HospitalityAsia, Food and Beverage, I'm going to be taking you on a two-part web series addressing the topics at hand right now in the industry and showing you what's on the horizon. As I'm sure many of you are aware, sustainability is at top of mind for many of the industry's players. Coupled with the nation's goal of 30 by 30, we're going to be taking a look at food and beverage producers in Singapore who are addressing sustainability head-on. I'm here at Sustenant Agriculture. We're here at their urban farm where we're going to take a look at their controlled environment agriculture take on growing non-native fruits and vegetables. Let's go check it out. I'm here with Kay at their indoor farming facility, and I'll be honest, this is not your typical farm, and I feel like I'm in an R&D test lab at the moment. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
So a lot of people who go here get really surprised. They know things can grow indoors, but when they see it, they get shocked by the scale of things.
Yeah. Tell me, what are you currently growing? What fruit and vegetables have you chosen to grow here in Singapore?
So we can actually grow a lot of things. So we've grown tomatoes, we've grown strawberry. We can grow kale, two types of kale, arugula, spinach. We've grown bok choy, everything. So we've grown everything, but we have decided to kind of stick to a few things to put out to market.
So how do you select which fruit and vegetables that you want to go to market with?
Okay, so we have this thing, it's called growing impossible products in impossible places. So you really wanted to grow things that don't naturally grow in Singapore. We actually can produce something locally. So then we get to cut on carbon emissions, and we kind of have something local to give to people that's as fresh as it can be.
It definitely does look like an impossible kind of setting to be growing this kind of volume as well. Just from the quick initial look I've had in. How about sort of just touching on sustainability? What kind of measures in place do you have? And can you tell me about like your carbon footprint and how you approach that?
Let's say with water, we try to use 95% less water than traditional farming. So the water we use, so that 5% that we use, we waste 0% of it. Even for energy, we're trying our best to kind of create the best light. So we have our own Sustenir light. We have our own Sustenir AI system that kind of controls and manages the energy that we put out so that we are saving as much as we can. And next, even for the plants. So we make sure that we have a little bit of almost no food waste. We make sure that we have almost no food waste by using every part of the plant. So we use even the ugly vegetables, so things that don't necessarily look beautiful for our consumers, but are still healthy and are still very good. We turn that into juice and pesto.
I understand. So can we go in and try some stuff?
Yes, go.
Okay, all right, lead the way. Just come from Sustenant Agriculture, where we saw how they were providing a sustainable supply of impossible fruit and vegetables. I'm actually here in Loyang Way right now at this industrial complex to meet another unique vertical farming group. Trust me, follow me, let's just go check them out. Their name is Verti Veggies. Let's go. Hi, how are you? Good, good. Hi, John. Nice to meet you. Hi, Mark. Hi, Mark. What an incredible farm. Thank you for having us. I've seen a really wide variety of vegetables so far. What are you currently growing here?
Right now at Verti Veggies, this is just the start of it. We have 4 crops growing at the moment. We've got kale, lettuce, and we've got 2 types of arugula. Regular wild rocket, and this, which is a cultivated rocket, or we call it sparkle rocket. And this is, never grown in Singapore before.
What's going to be your, moving forward decision in terms of what you're going to make? Are you going to stick to these 4 crops, or are you going to get what's the idea?
The sky is the limit, right? So we are going to be building out a large indoor vertical farm out in Kranji. And that farm is going to have, obviously these crops will be there as well, but we're also looking at a wider range, crops and a lot of non-native varieties. Imagine medicinal herbs, basil, mint, imagine soft fruit, zebra tomato, halum tomatoes. So the sky is the limit.
Interesting. I would love to try an heirloom tomato grown in Singapore. That would be really special. And how about in terms of sustainability? I'm sure There's a tremendous amount that we're actually using here right now just to grow them. Maybe you can share a little bit about that.
For starters, this is a hydroponic system, so they use water as its medium. And this water is a closed loop system. So inherently, we use 95% less water than traditional agriculture. We don't use soil. Soil is a non-renewable resource. And yeah, that's why we use the water.
So I just have to ask, this cute little guy at the front playing football, tell me a bit about the packaging.
Okay, so the packaging, what we opted to go for is to use reusable plastic versus single-use plastic, which is the industry norm out there. It's a bit more sturdier, it's a bit more heavier, it's a bit more expensive. But yeah, we're just reducing our reliance on single-use plastic.
That's an interesting point. So actually, what is the industry norm for consumers receiving vegetables, say from overseas? If you were to put a number before we even buy it in the supermarket, how long has it been traveling?
Depends on where you're getting it from, but most of it, if you're looking at, for example, the closest place would be Malaysia. They go as far back as Genting Highlands, coming into Singapore. But then when you're looking at non-native crop, you're looking at, say, kale, or even arugula and whatnot. They come from, like kale comes from Australia, and it has to be flown over. So your carbon footprint is pretty huge. And in essence, what we're doing is we're reducing that. You could call it, we have a carbon toe print.
Yes.
Right? Because it reduced that by a significant amount. Yeah.
Thank you for joining me in this episode where we took a look at how some food and beverage players are addressing sustainability in the marketplace right now. Join me for the next episode when we take a look at the future of food.